Good morning, welcome back to the channel. I might be the Raven, and joining me today,
Follow me, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
And today we will be doing a Pokemon tier list for all legendary and mythical Pokemon. We'll be doing this in a multi-part series, starting off with Gens 1 through 3. Another version of this will be released on the Crazy Count channel. Both that channel and his channel will be linked in the description below.
Subscribe to my channel the most. I make fun of pedophiles there. It's great.
Now let's get right into the video. Starting off with the legendary boards, well, specifically Articuno, the ice flying type, Zapdos, which is electric flying, and Moltres, which is fire flying.
Listen, I just call them the ice one, the fire one, electric one. Sometimes I remember their names. And honestly, the ice one's kind of lame. I'm gonna just be straight up honest with you.
I feel like he sums up more of a water type with the blue. They didn't really make him stand out for ice, while the other two are very blatantly fire and electric.
I just feel like when people talk about the three boards, his name you remember, but I feel like no one likes him as much as the other two. I think though they're all kind of base value. You always think they're gonna be stronger than they are, but they kind of are weak.
I like how you can't actually see the black on Zapdos' wings.
No, you can't.
They're very iconic though.
Yeah, but I think the issue here is that it's gonna be hard to rank them all on iconicness because every Gen 1 and 2 are gonna be really iconic.
I would say I kind of want to put them in at least Zapdos and Moltres in A tier, but I feel like you wanna put them a little lower.
I am biased. I would have put those two in B or C personally. I know the Articuno's. I think he should be in C.
Articuno.
Articuno C, and I think the other two B. If you want to, what do you think?
I can be fine with putting them in B, I guess, for now.
Because I just think we're gonna get so many better ones to. There's gonna be a lot better than these two. So to put them in A, we're gonna get so many S tiers.
But moving on, we got the pure psychic type Pokemon, Mewtwo.
Well, obviously Mewtwo is gonna be S tier in my mind. I think you're gonna say S as well. I think he's one of the best legendaries ever. At least everyone thinks he's like the coolest, at least.
He continues to be cool with every time they bring him back, and him having the humanoid aspect to him is the best done than any other Pokemon they have ever tried to replicate, giving them a human aspect. He's the only one who made it work phenomenally. The rest just become fours.
Yeah, but the real question is, where does Mew rank with him? Does he stand beside him or a little bit lower? What do you think?
Mew very much goes along nicely with Mewtwo. He is a little bit simpler in design, and I feel like they could have had something, but he is very much the sum up of what original mythical Pokemon is supposed to be. Honestly, I think he's really good for a very simple design.
I think not even just design. It's back when the Pokemon actually had good stories for them, and there's aspects of the characters that you like. And I feel like there's a lot of good for Mew. Like, I feel like half of Mewtwo's story needs Mew, so I think Mew might have to be an S tier.
I definitely think I would like for him to be an S tier. He's just
you can't have Mewtwo without Mew. Even if Mewtwo's more popular now.
Moving on to Gen 2, we got the Legendary Beast.
I'm just going to put them in D so we can all see them.
We got the Electric type Raikou, the Fire type Entei, and the Water type Suicune.
I think Suicune and Entei are a lot better. They look good. They have nice designs. Suicune's movie with Celebi, I think, was top tier Pokemon. And Entei has had some good moments in the show that, people can like him. The yellow one, whatever his fucking name is, he's weird looking and he's always forgotten.
He is easily forgotten. I do like his mane and the markings. I don't like his tail. The tail is stupid to me.
The tail is dumb. I don't like the mane, personally. I think it's like they picked these two and then he just got the last aspects, like, of to get the designs.
I definitely think Suicune is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like
in
Suicune.
general. I like the ribbon aspect for the tails, and Entei is obviously amazing too. And these three, they definitely look like legendaries.
Suicune was cool in the movies because you didn't know much about him, but he would just like approach a movie and just save the day and then run off into the sunset. Like, it was cool, and you knew he was great.
He definitely pulls off the majestic vibe. Entei has a good stoicness to him, and you can see the power. There's just no vibe to Raikou.
Yeah, I still think A is the highest for Suicune. What about you?
I definitely think A for Suicune. I don't know what you want to do for Entei. I will be fine with him in A tier.
I kind of feel B because I just don't think he should be as good as Suicune in my mind.
We are basing this, I guess, with the movie aspects to them.
Yeah, I'm basing everything that I know.
You're just saying coolness.
Yeah, but the movies, they were cool or not.
Okay, well, we'll put him in B, I guess. I guess he can be as good as those two. Raikou, I commonly forget. The fucking Sabretooth. There's something off about him.
There's something off. I don't like it. I'll let you.
Did he even get a movie?
That was no way. There is a Raikou movie. Listen. There's someone out there who's a super fan of Raikou, and I'm sorry. I think COD. If you want to give higher or lower, I'll leave it up to you.
I cannot find on a quick look of any actual movie aside from
He might make it up here.
the Zorak movie and the Pokemon Chronicles, Legend of Thunder as well, is the only things they have done for Raikou. So I can be fine with putting him in D2 for being the least iconic of the original Pokemon.
Yeah. Moving on, though.
We got the Tower Duo. We got the Fire Flying Ho-Oh and the Psychic Flying Lugia.
I feel like these two are, like, Ho-Oh is slightly more forgettable, just due to that he looks like the mythical boards, but I think the Heart Gold and Soul Silver kind of helped them both when those games got re-released. I just feel like a lot of people, when they were playing Gen 2, kind of was still playing Gen 1, and some of these legends weren't as important, especially then with the games that would come after it.
Not to mention, he looks like Filo. I think that's what the name is pronounced.
Yeah, the board.
Yeah, Ho looks like Filo. He even has they both have the mohawk even. Lugia, I just personally like. My only thing down about him is the fact that he is not a water type. Despite the fact he is the guardian of the sea, I have always found that weird ever since finding out he was psychic instead.
And I always confuse Lugia with these two near the bottom, whatever their names are.
Latios and Latias.
Yeah, and even the names start with L. I don't know.
My only thing is, though, I will add on to them. They definitely fit as a great duo together.
Yeah,
and
they were a
I
good duo.
personally think most Pokemon fans really like them, especially Ho-Oh has the iconic moments in the anime and stuff.
So where would you rank these two?
I would like to put them as A tier, because personally to me, they're both really, just overall, you look at them, those are legendary Pokemon.
I would be fine with Lugia in A. I personally think Ho-Oh should be B. Just because he always gets confused with Pharaoh in my mind. I forgot the Pokemon's name until you said it, so I didn't want to mess it up.
Our older brother actually successfully traded somebody, a Philo or Pharaoh, renamed Ho-Oh, and the person never noticed. So, okay, I would say lowest I'll put him as B.
I'm fine with B. And we can always move them later depending on the rankings of the other ones. Next up, though, Celebi!
We got the Mythical of Gen 2 up in here.
Where do you put Celebi? I like Celebi a lot. I think his movie was great. I think a lot of people like Celebi just based purely on look wise. He's very unique. I don't think he should be an S tier.
Not to mention, he is also yet another psychic type big legendary. Well, mythical in this case. I do love his design though. Like the little, like him being a small little, like fairy sprite, whatever you want to call him. I think he's really good, and he is also one of the few grass legendaries even, period. Well, mythical.
I just feel like there's a trend. The first 3 games need a cute little one. We got Mew, Celebi, Jirachi. And I feel like they're the only 3 who really get it right for the games. But again, I like him a lot. I just, looking at the ones to come, I don't think he should be asked. Because I just don't think he's perfect.
I can say A or B on the fact that he's a fun Pokemon. He's very iconic. But yeah. I can see where he's not perfect.
I would have ranked him B, but I think the movie being generally one of the best movies, again, with Suicune, I think he should stay in A because he's, popular, very good.
Plus, he took a little bit more extra details with him to kind of set up the Mythicals to just not be as simple.
Okay, so we'll leave him in A and move on to the Veggies. Are we in Gen 3 now?
Yep, we're on to Gen 3.
Okay, the Veggies. I think a lot of people like the Veggies. I was not going on the movies, going on the video games. They're always fun to try and actually catch them.
Also, this trio actually breaks completely the mode of keeping the typings, which I liked because the other 2 kept fire and electric. This one did completely new with rock, ice, and steel, which I liked. The design's also cool because they allowed them to be a little bit bigger. Like, I feel like each time they allowed the secondary legendaries of the game to have more to them.
I also like that they are the Veggies. Even though the other 3 are connected, as I've always said, there always feels like one in those 2 original trios that was a little more forgotten. I feel like the Veggies are always the Veggies. You always put them together.
AKA the Titans.
I kind of would put them in B, in my opinion. What do you think?
Well, none of them lack in any category. It's hard to separate them really from each other.
Yeah, I mean, like, the designs aren't perfect. Like, there's definitely, I know someone out there being like, oh, well, Reggie Steel is weird, or Reggie Ice is weird. I kind of would just put them all in B together.
Yeah, they can all be in B together. Nothing bad against them. But they're nothing amazing either, too.
Yeah. I would say the aspect of the video game being so memorable definitely helped them out.
Overall, just good, cool Pokemon.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the Eon Duo of Latios and Latias dual dragon psychic typings.
They're okay. I think they were good in the game. I just kind of hate the plane design. Like, they look like airplanes. To me, that was always weird.
I like that one's more silly and one has more of a seriousness to them. But I feel like the movies and stuff sometimes give more of a rub to Latias sometimes.
The red one?
Yeah, that's the red one.
Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of fine if you want to separate them. To me, overall, not by a far distance. It's just, they're okay. I don't think they're that great, in my opinion. I think they're fun in the movies, but they're always, like, plot C of the movie. Like, they just come up and be like, hi, Ash, and then they just fly away. Like, they might help in the end. They're not that special to me.
I'm guessing you want to leave them in the C tier.
Where do you want to rank them?
I'm pretty iffy on them because you are making some valid points, and it's hard for me to not just be nostalgic for them.
Yeah, I think the nostalgic started strong with some of the originals, but the more we give the nostalgia away, it's kind of wearing off.
These 2, though, I think they have gotten a little bit more use out of them in, like, the mainline series and stuff. Then the Veggies is also true. A bonus on them, because the Veggies, honestly, now are just more because as they are more of just a solid together, it's hard to use one without the other. Well, these two, they need to be together too, but they can have more of a playability. They can fly around. They can like kind of interact more with than the Veggies get to do.
I'm fine if you want to put them in B, because I think these two do kind of match up with Zapdos and Moltres. That will move Zapdos and Moltres down.
I definitely do not want to move them
Then
now.
I think C. I kind of don't want to put them in B just because I think overall what hurts them is the plain design to me.
I guess
always took a step down.
I guess that is a fair aspect. I'm very iffy on where I want to rank them myself.
I just know if you ranked all these Pokemon, they'll all be S, A, and B.
That's not true.
Listen, these two, I love how he's cut off. There's no way these two are lower than A. I'm fine with these two, with Groudon being S also.
We got Kyogre though, and Groudon, and soon Rayquaza.
Yeah, I'll put
the weather trio. We gotta put them together.
I'll put him with them.
We got the water type, ground type, and dual dragon flying type.
I sometimes put him with Deoxys, so...
Well, he's a legendary. Those two are mythicals.
Whatever.
He's overall one of the cool dragon type legendaries, and these three together set up what every other legendary duo tries to be.
No, they always try to copy these.
They're
so cool. Like, they're some of people's favorite legendaries from, like, not the movies, from the video games. I feel like these three set up the video games for a while. Like, we've talked about the, Suicune for the movies, Celebi, Mewtwo. But with the Veggies and these three, they really hold up what the video games meant and should be like.
Like, these three are big, they're monsters, and they're the only one... Well, there's probably actually... No, we will see another one or two that have a solid trio for the main legendaries. Which I would probably say the next one would probably be Sinnoh, which would be the only other one. But these set up what other gens try to do with the trio of main legendaries. I kind of put Groudon and Rayquaza as S tier.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I don't know. I'm sorry to fans of Kyogre.
I knew you about it.
It's just saying. He's okay. Like, he's cool. He's definitely good. Like, he's still an A tier. He's just not an S tier. He's just not perfect.
Is there a reason why he's not as good as the other two?
I feel like the movies etched them out a little bit. Groudon being kind of more badass. Also in the video games, like, I feel like you pick him usually over. And again, Rayquaza, the movies, I think help him the most. Being cool. Like, you don't just get the cool aspects from the movies. You know what I mean? Like, they're cool. They're all good in the video games, but the movies kind of give them more of a story and a badassery. Like, seeing Groudon in the TV show or movie, you sit there and you're like, wow. Like, he's badass. And then, like, the whale comes up. Then the whale comes and you're like, oh, that's cool and majestic. But the badassery, I think, keeps them higher, in my mind.
Okay, I guess it's a fair point that they have a much more coolness to them in your mind. But I'm finding not wanting to move Kyogre any lower.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to put him any lower. But what about Deoxys? I just think we really mentioned it. Was talk about him. He has such a cool movie as well. I think it took them a while to do movies as good after these ones.
That is true, and he is also another psychic type Pokemon. They love to add in a psychic typing, especially for Mythicals.
I don't know. I don't think he's an S tier though. I think besides the movie and name value of him, he's okay. The design's a bit weird. I do like him though. There's no chance he's lower than B though. I don't know what you think for him.
I like him. I like that he changed the form of the Mythicals to not always just be small, cute Pokemon. I think he's also just really cool, and I think a lot of people forget that he's a Mythical. Because he has enough stand-up ability to, in a lot of people's mind, to be a legendary himself. So I kind of want to say, I don't know where I want to rank him. You said B?
I say A or B, in my opinion.
I kind of want to keep him in A, but I can also see with some of the other people in B. If you want him in B, I will be fine with it. Just because the psychic typing with him prevents him from being a little bit more standout with his ability and stuff.
We'll keep him in A for now, let's say, and we can possibly move in. Actually, I don't know. I can kind of see him going down to B later. So I don't know. If Lugia's in A, I kind of am fine with keeping him in A.
Next up, we got Jirachi.
The last one of the video.
Psychic Steel type.
His movie is, to me, great. It has such a good emotional moment. I feel like a lot of movies were good, but there's only 2 movies since the whole Mew sad moment where Ash turns to like meta. There's only a few moments where like you get that emotion from the movie. And I noticed when Celebi dried up and looked dead, I think one in Darkrai, and I feel like there was a moment in Jirachi where like it pulled on the heartstrings.
I feel like I really want to rewatch those movies. That's what I've been telling you.
I don't think Jirachi is amazing though. Besides the movie, I feel like a lot of people don't care. He's not that strong.
I mean, he's pretty strong with the steel typing to add on to him. And I think especially at that stage in the gens, he was pretty useful. At least, I don't know, I'm remembering I was a little kid at the time, so I didn't know all the fucking shit. I think overall, though, he holds up to the test of time, and I think he's just overall cool mythical Pokemon.
He's very different than all of them, and I feel like Hoopa copies from him a bit to have a bit the thing with him, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of these are based on this, like, the type. Like, he's obviously grass, but he's not just a Pokemon. You look at him and he's like, oh, that's the Pokemon that makes wishes.
Yeah, he definitely has an aspect to him, and I think if Celebi is A tier, I feel like he should be A tier, because I feel like
fine
good.
with A tier. But
yeah.
where were the next 3? Link, I'm excited for part 3, where I'm gonna shit all over those Pokemon. Prepare for that to be the most negative one of them all. Like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. And have a good night.
And fuck Raikou. He's the only D tier.
He got ranked so low.
Am I close enough, or should I get closer?
Let me just speak.
I am speaking right now.
You forgot E.
What?
A, B, C, D, E. We always do E.
I actually, when you said...
I didn't hear you. What the fuck? Where's my E?
I don't know, fucking add E.
How do I add E? I think these ones are good. I think
D should be green.
Yeah, this one should be green.
No, D should be green.
D should be green? Oh, my apologies. Oh, I get what you're saying now. Yeah.
Yeah, because you made it yellow. Then E and F can be blues.
Yeah, okay.
I don't fucking know if these are the right fucking colors.
Who cares? So I make fun of pedophiles there. It's great. It's a good advertisement. I would watch. If someone told me that was where, to watch that, I'll go. I'm just going to put them all at C right now so we can just talk about them.
Then I guess, in general, then we have Mewtwo.
Okay, well, Mewtwo. Well, obviously Mewtwo.
Mew sums up the mythical, which, let me just...
Okay. Are we in Gen 2 now?
Yes.
Movies. Again, with, what's the blue dog?
Suicune.
No, okay. I think
Okay.
a lot...
Oh, sorry.
What's the other one? The D? Dialga. Not Dialga, what's his name? The one literally at the bottom.
Deoxys?
Is that fine for your outro?
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. Fuck. I don't know. Raikou sucks.